Dude, bet I actually want to watch this one because I'm just really curious. I'm really intrigued, and I want to see if I was right. So, um, 15 fast food chains that are seriously struggling right now, or quote unquote, on the verge of starting the process of going out of business, or, in 10 years' time, not even existing, period, anymore.
Even when we're in good times, managing a restaurant is tough. Profit margins are so slim that any small change in the price of supplies, wages, or operational costs can put even the finest of establishments in the red. In recent years, several chains have been coping with rising food prices, declining foot traffic, and higher taxes. And the downturn now unfolding in the industry has shown that even the most established brands can go from heaven to hell with shocking speed. In this highly competitive environment, many companies that are barely afloat may sink before we even notice. That's why today we've compiled several restaurant chains that are in deep trouble and may close
Yeah, Woody, for some reason, it feels like this is being narrated by fucking Alfred, Batman's butler.
their doors for good in the next few months. Without further ado, here are 15 fast food chains that are seriously struggling right now. 1. Jack in the Box.
I've always thought Jack in the Box was trash. This is not surprising.
Founded in 1951, Jack in
First and only time I ever ate there, I spent the entire rest of the evening fucking puking. Never did it again. I was like, that's pure shit. I'm never eating there again. I've only eaten there one fucking time. We'll never go back.
the Box has faced rough times before. In the 80s, it was sued for selling horse meat and labeling it as beef. In 1993, the chain was responsible for a food poisoning outbreak that left over 700 people sick and victimized 4 children. That was
Damn, bro. That like happened fucking decades ago. And here my ass was just a simple couple fucking years ago. Same thing happened to me. Bro, I ate there and like, dude, and it wasted no time either. Wasted no time. I ate, got home, and within of like, I don't know, 7.5 minutes of me being home, I was in the bathroom for the next 4 hours. I was just like, bro, never
almost
again.
the end for Jack in the Box. But in the early 2000s, it managed to regain the confidence of American consumers and consolidate itself as one of the most famous burger chains in the country. In recent years, however, Jack in the Box has been struggling with the soaring cost of meat, increased competition from higher-end chains like Shake Shack, and changing consumer trends. The company is actually on a bankruptcy watch list right now, and it has been
I feel like I don't know if they'll mention it, but I feel like Steak and Shake will also be on this list. I feel like Steak and Shake is also on the down and out.
considered by Moody's as one of the 10 biggest restaurant chains facing the highest risk of going under during the recession. 2. Papa John's. The
Hey,
popular pizza chain is crumbling down, and its former CEO is
And I don't even know how, bro, because I think Papa John's does have like the best commercials. I think for pizza. Anyway. Maybe there's another one. I don't know. I didn't really fuck with Papa John's, bro. I fucked with them when I was younger, and then that's about it. When I got older, I was like either Domino's. I just don't fuck with Pizza Hut. It's pretty much Domino's, man. Domino's or Little Caesars. Or if it exists anywhere around you, CC's Pizza.
leading the fall. John Schnatter, the founder and former CEO of Papa John's, has made the headlines in recent years for the worst possible reasons. Schnatter had the unfortunate habit of publicly commenting about non-pizza related issues, and after sharing some controversial remarks about NFL players, the board of the company forced him to step down as CEO, but Schnatter still owned 31% of the chain's stock, meaning that he still has a chairman. things got exponentially worse after he used a racial slur on a conference call. Schneider resigned as chairman.
Oh shit, and it was the N-word of all words. Damn. I did not know any of this at all. I don't keep up with the ongoings of fast food restaurants, so I didn't know this. This is actually very surprising. That's damn, he must have been heated. You know, because white people just don't throw out the N-word unless there's a fucking problem, right? They don't do it willy-nilly. They don't. If they use it, oh, they're probably really fucking angry about something, or fed up, or really goddamn frustrated. They're not saying that shit if someone got their order wrong or if the red light took too long. No, they're saving that particular word for when shit gets extra fucking dicey.
But immediately turned around.
It's like the best hangover food ever.
And started planning to take back control of Papa John's. The board lawyered up and tried to force Schneider to sign a contract to keep him from coming back to his former position. It then came out that Schneider ignored or even encouraged a hostile and toxic corporate culture, including several allegations of harassment. The damage to the company's reputation resulted in some major losses. It was replaced by Pizza Hut in its most lucrative gig as the official pizza place of the NFL.
Damn. Man, y'all fucked that up so bad. Y'all had an NFL contract. You know, that one organization that, I don't know, owns an entire day of the week. They gross capital B, billions, apostrophe S, plural, multiple, billions of dollars in revenue every single fucking year. And y'all just shit the fucking bed. And y'all just essentially flushed the best contract of your existence down the toilet. And they gave it to fucking Pizza Hut. To Pizza Hut, bro. That's like your hot ass girlfriend dumping you for the really, really ugly fucking dumbass in school that he looks like your ass with glasses. And she dumped you for him. And you're just like, what? Fuck that guy. He's fucking weird. And that's what happens because you're fucking around.
It had to spend millions to save
Knight, what's good, man?
Suffering franchisees and clean up its image, which is still dragging down its stock, and it doesn't look like things are getting any better. Schneider is not backing down on his attempts to buy back the company and is publicly criticizing the current leadership every chance he gets. As long as this ugly public feud keeps going, Papa John's is in danger of disappearing from the market. 3.
Buffalo Wild Wings. I've never really truly been that big of a fan of Buffalo Wild Wings is good, but bro, let me tell you something. If it's not football season or there's not a UFC fight going on, at least in my hometown, Buffalo Wild Wings is fucking empty. Bro, you never been to Buffalo Wild Wings? Damn. Where are you from, Knight? It's all over the South. Maybe it's not out west or up north. I'm not sure. It's a wing place, and it's also a restaurant. You can get burgers. You can get fucking, you can get salads. It's just a restaurant, but they specialize in wings, and they have this thing called the Blazing Challenge, where if you can eat a certain amount of wings with the hottest sauce on it within like 2 minutes, you get like, I don't know, free something for a year and your picture on the wall. I've been here before, bro, but outside of UFC fights and college football, the Buffalo Wild Wings is dead for the most part.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Now there are many reasons why.
There was at least 15 cars in the Carrabba's parking lot, but B-dubs? Fucking ghost town.
Buffalo Wild Wings is struggling, although the chain seems to have all the elements of a successful restaurant, such as fun foods, sports, and cozy spots to hang out with friends. Profitability.
Bro, if I were you, really, fuck going to Buffalo Wild Wings, I would just go to Dave & Buster's. That's it. And I've never even been to Dave & Buster's, but I know what Dave & Buster's is about. It's essentially Chuck E. Cheese for adults. And so I feel like I'd rather do that. Not to mention, bro, again, I bring it up for the final time. College football and UFC. Let's just say you want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings just to eat, but you forgot that, I don't know, fucking there's a UFC fight, or I don't know, Auburn is playing Georgia, and especially in my hometown, bro, people go fucking ape shit for that. And then you walk in and there's a line out the door talking about the wait time is 3 hours. Man, hell no. That's crazy.
Has been an issue for years. That's led shareholders to pressure the company into selling underperforming locations to franchisees. But when a chicken wing shortage
And yes, Katai, you're right. The service is fucking shit. If it's shit in Jersey, it's definitely shit down here. I'll tell you that.
and higher prices hit the market, some of the chain's problems were out of its control. Increased menu prices drove sales even lower at a time when rivals like McDonald's and KFC kept selling wings at cheaper prices. Recent consumer
Yeah, but the only reason that was the case, they probably felt like they could jack up their prices because no one's gonna go to McDonald's or KFC to watch sports. This is a sports bar. You can call it a restaurant all you want, but at the end of the day, Buffalo Wild Wings is a sports bar. That's what it is. It just has fast food, or it has restaurant style mechanics to its service. So no one's going to McDonald's to do that. So they go to Buffalo Wild Wings. So that's probably why they thought they could raise their prices. Or maybe they were just forced to raise their prices, but you know, I don't know, not me.
complaints about the declining quality of its products have only added to the company's woes. The restaurant is in the
Yeah.
middle of a downturn, and if it fails to address its issues soon, Buffalo
Yeah, customer support very poor. Yeah, and usually, man, sometimes a lot of stuff down south has really shitty customer service. Like that whole southern hospitality thing, that stops at fast food restaurants down south. So it's not a case of like, oh, it's in the south, so the service sucks. No, bro, Buffalo Wild Wings, man, their service sucks. I think nationwide. I'm almost pretty sure.
Wild Wings will likely fall into distress in the next few months. 4. Krispy Kreme. Donuts can be bought in
Really, Krispy Kreme? I I thought they had tenure. I didn't really ever see them going out. What's another one? Krispy Kreme and what? Dunkin'? Dunkin' Donuts? Those are the only two donut spots, right? I'm pretty sure there's like other ones that are smaller. That are like smaller chains, or maybe they're just like privately owned and stuff like that. But those are the two main ones, Dunkin' and Krispy Kreme. And they've always really been the same to me. I didn't taste a donut at Krispy Kreme that tasted better than the donuts at Dunkin', and vice versa. So if I had to pick, I'm just like, man, it's fucking donuts, bro. I don't give a fuck where they come from. Just give me a fucking donut. So,
thousands of chains, bakeries,
yo, Jay, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I thought we were pretty much done with that for the stream, but I appreciate it.
convenience and grocery stores across the country, but still, Krispy Kreme has established itself as the go-to donut shop for millions of Americans. A round of store shutdowns in 2022 eliminated dozens of
Yeah, like right here. I'm so picky when it comes to donuts. I wouldn't eat this. 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 And I wouldn't eat the strawberry either. I only see 3 donuts out of all this that I would eat. This one, the chocolate sprinkles, and then the chocolate frosting. That's it. All the other donuts here look like shit.
underperforming locations and allowed the company to save on costs at a time when financial results were disappointing. Even though that helped in the short term, CEO Michael J. Tattersfield recently announced that layoffs are coming as the chain plans to save on labor costs by increasing automation in its stores to reduce its debt, which suggests that Krispy Kreme's financial problems are not going away. 5. Red Lobster.
Mm-hmm. This one actually makes sense. As early as I can remember, back to my younger years when I was a kid, Red Lobster was still expensive. When I was 8 years old, Red Lobster at that time, even in the early 2000s, late 90s, Red Lobster was still expensive. I can't imagine what it costs now. Yeah, that's and not to mention Red Lobster's good. I've had it once or twice. But again, the price, I cannot justify making that my top pick, bro. Like, I'm not going to Red Lobster like I go to Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? So,
Fast, casual seafood options are not easy to find and, unfortunately, may become even harder to come by, as Red
Lobster does have this going for it, though. Captain D's ain't that fucking great, and what's that other fish place? Can't fucking remember, but if you compare the three, Red Lobster is the superior one. It's just the fucking price, bro. The price is stupid.
faces growing challenges to recover its financial stability. Problems caused by lower supplies and steady demand, as well as rising labor and operational costs.
Not to mention, they sell a lot of the same food that like Carrabba's and Olive Garden sells, minus the enormous amount of seafood that they also offer. So, I don't know. Long John Silver's, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, you got Long John Silver's and Captain D's. And then Red Lobster. Do y'all know of any other mainstream fish places as far as restaurants? I don't. We used to have this one place in my hometown called Zeb's Seafood. But that was like, that wasn't a chain or anything. But that's about it. And if I have to pick seafood out of those three, Long John's and Captain D's and Red Lobster, and I had the money, I would go with Red Lobster. It's better. But 98% of the time, I ain't got Red Lobster money. You know what I mean? So
you can eat popcorn shrimp empire in the worst possible way. Last year, it predicted a lot of trends, but about 100 Red Lobster locations are at risk of being shuttered because they are, quote, no longer viable for Red Lobster, according to the company's executives. 6. Sizzler, a combination of buffet restaurant and...
Sizzler. Yeah, I can honestly say I don't think I've ever eaten here. Sizzler? I don't think I've ever heard of this place. You haven't seen a Sizzler's in years? I haven't seen one my whole life.
Steakhouse, Sizzler built a huge customer base
I've never
over the
been
years
here.
due to the great variety of dishes it offers, with signature items like garlic cheese toast, massive platters of fried shrimp, and an abundance.
My question is, how has the buffet genre of the food industry not died off yet? Bro, I stopped giving a fuck about buffets when I was a child. My favorite buffet to go to was Ryan's. Fucking fantastic. Their macaroni and cheese was out of this world. But I don't know, man. As I got older, I was just like, bro, buffets? No, fuck that. People touching the food. I don't know where the fuck they've been. I don't know where their hands have been. I don't know how good the employees are cleaning that fucking place. Man, fuck no. I don't want to go to no buffets, period. I'll fuck up some Chinese food. But just like your standard buffets, like what's the Golden Corral, but I can't fuck with that.
Salad bar with a Sunday station, soup options, and a taco bar, it became a favorite for many American families. However,
and aside from CC's, that CC's is like a fucking national treasure. I'm not even sure if it's still in business, but place is fantastic. Place kept me fed through my first semester of college.
It's
my only semester of college, but shit was amazing.
20th century dining concept is
that and Little Caesar's pizza, bro. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can't beat a $5 pizza.
Losing relevance amongst millennials and Generation Z. Facing mounting difficulties since the pandemic, Sizzler filed for bankruptcy and closed 70 locations. Today, there are only 80 restaurants left, and poor earnings results indicate that more closings may be on the horizon.
Ride that shit till the wheels fall off, bro. I mean, hey, it happens. Nothing lasts forever. So just squeeze out as much money as you can, and then that's it. You're done, I suppose.
7. Taco Bueno. According to Mash.com, Taco Bueno.
Taco Bueno. ¿Qué? I've never heard of this either. That's probably why y'all are going bankrupt. Have y'all heard of Taco Bueno? That sounds like the version of Taco Bell where they use all of the unused meat that doesn't make it to Taco Bell. Oh no, that one's bad. Take it to Taco Bueno. They can use it. Like, I'm not eating here based off the name. Taco Bueno. I don't like the name. I'm not eating there.
Bueno has fallen victim to a truly strange trend in the food industry, the so-called tacopocalypse. That started when major investment companies saw the potential of taco joints and started pouring money into them in 2014. Rusty Taco was bought by Buffalo Wild Wings, which in turn was snapped up by Arby's. California's Del Taco was bought by an investment firm that promptly launched an IPO with a NASDAQ stock symbol, TACO.
All of that right there, what he just said was like hella confusing. Like, one was bought by Buffalo Wild Wings, another struggling fast food franchise, and then the other one was also bought by Arby's. I think that's all inconsequential. It doesn't really matter, but...
Taco Bueno was bought by a middle-market Dallas firm that aimed to transform the company into Taco Bell's biggest competition. However, not that long.
Nah, bro. Taco Bell's biggest competition is fucking Moe's. Moe's Southwestern Grill. Y'all ever been to Moe's? Bro, the burritos are like the size of goddamn tank rounds, man. You order a large burrito, you remove all of the ingredients, you could make an IED. I'm telling you, they're fucking massive. Like, I fucks with Moe's. I don't really like Chipotle. I don't really like Del Taco. Moe's is where it's at. And then this looks like ass.
After the purchase, things started to fall off the track. While Del Taco managed
Copying the fuck out of Moe's too. That's exactly how the chips come with the sauce. They usually comes with cheese dip, I think, at Moe's.
to position itself between Chipotle and Taco Bell,
This guy's killing me with the way he says taco. He says taco.
Bueno went broke and declared Chapter 11. This was rescued by Sun Holdings, a major national franchise.
This looks like a Puerto Rican dish that my aunt makes, actually. But without all this shit inside. And when she makes it, it's completely covered. There's no open part to it. Alright. Yeah, a lot of this stuff can be hit or miss, man. When I used to live in Texas, I was riding around with I was with my ex-wife. I was riding around with her, and we saw this Puerto Rican restaurant. And my wife at the time, she loved Hispanic food, and I'm Puerto Rican, so she always ate like my family's cooking and stuff like that. So she liked it just as much as I did. So we were like, let's go check this out and see how genuine it really is. Man, that shit was garbage. It was dog water. It was so bad. I was like, well, we're never coming here. This was terrible. And so yeah, it's just always hit or miss when you try to replicate something that already exists, but then you try to do it in like a weird way. It never goes good.
Franchising company, which paid off its debt and gave it a new round of funding. But the truth is that it doesn't seem like Taco Bueno has a future ahead because its new owner isn't
not anymore.
Making enough
It looks like Jack in the Box.
Money to cover the acquisition and its investment, and the taco business surely looks saturated at this point. 8. Qdoba. Just a few years back, Qdoba was making fun of Japan.
This place is fucking ass. Ass. This place sucks. This place fucking sucks. Oh my god, this place sucks. Qdoba. I want to say the only reason this fucking restaurant is in business, I think they have a military contract. Because I've seen this restaurant in several military installations inside of the PX. The PX, 100% of PXs across the nation at military installations, they have a food court. I have seen Qdoba inside of these food courts. I think the only reason they're surviving right now is because of that. Because I've had this place before, man, and it was not it. It was not it at all.
partly for its free guac day by delivering truckloads of avocados to the stores of its main
Yeah.
competitor as a reminder that it always offers free guac for customers. While that was certainly a funny marketing stunt, it wasn't that great for the chain's bottom line. With the cost of avocados shooting up in recent years, Qdoba has actually been losing money for providing the dish as an entree at no cost to consumers. At a moment when other rival chains are growing and taking a bigger share of the market, the Mexican restaurant is seeing demand cooling down. In fact, for the past 4 quarters, sales volumes have either declined or flatlined in many locations, leading executives to worry about profitability. In 2017, owner Jack in the Box sold Qdoba to Apollo Management for $305 million. The new owner is known for turning around distressed assets, sometimes with leveraged buyouts. The main problem is the chain is not meeting the expected financial results, and given that the cost of many key ingredients such as corn, flour, cheese, rice, and meat are still rising, the restaurant's profit margins are thinning out, and its presence in the market is becoming redundant. For that reason, credit rating firm Moody's Analytics says that if the chain falls in distress in the months ahead, we will probably see its doors closing for good.
It won't
After
bother me.
28 years in the market. 9. Blimpie. Blimpie once was one of the dominant sandwich chains in
So bad. I can't tell you what was worse, man. Blimpie or Quiznos. So bad. That if I'm being honest with you, I cannot believe that this didn't go out of business ages ago. I can't believe they're still alive.
in the U.S. Its rapid expansion during the 80s and 90s was actually the start of the company's problems. Many operators didn't meet the chain's quality standards and were not financially sound. With other sandwich shops like Subway and Jimmy John's gaining popularity, Blimpie lost air. From 2002 to 2011, the company closed more than 1,000 locations, and it seems that conditions have not improved since then. At least another 500 stores have been
Bro, you can get a better sub from like a racetrack gas station or a Love's than you can get from Blimpie. Straight up.
closed in recent years, and its latest earnings report suggests that the bleeding hasn't been stemmed yet. Falling sales and depressed revenue, just a few signs that Blimpie is in trouble. For now, it's still hanging on, but the restaurant is essentially facing the same issue its competitors do, without having any of their advantages. 10. Sonic Drive-In. The fast food chain's business
This is actually sad to see. I grew up going to Sonic a lot. Once upon a time, they used to have so many different kinds of hot dogs. The New York hot dog, the Chicago hot dog, the footlong, the chili dog, the Italian hot dog, shit like that. They had good slushies, had good burgers. I actually like Sonic. I don't really have anything bad to say about Sonic. And the service wasn't too terrible. The only thing I didn't like about Sonic was their parking lot. Their parking lot. I did not like the whole rigmarole of driving in, parking in a fucking space that's like, I don't know, this fucking wide, right? God forbid you drive a truck. Park in a space this wide, you gotta hit a little button and then wait for someone to come out and do all your stuff. They used to be on rollerblades. I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember that. Most of y'all are. They used to be on rollerblades. And then I think they took that away. I think too many employees were busting their shit. But yeah. Sonic, when it comes to their whole parking lot situation, is fucking tragic.
model is being threatened by a shift in consumer spending and worsening economic conditions. Given that it's a drive-in, the restaurant is directly impacted by rising gas prices. When pump costs go up, visits to Sonic Drive-In tend to go down. On top of that, it competes with massive brands like McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's, so it's not hard to understand why the chain is struggling. Most of the growth recorded by the
Yeah, but in a world where McDonald's ice cream machine is never working, Sonic has never been more important. Sonic also has ice cream, slushies, sundaes, milkshakes, all that shit. And in my opinion, it's better than anything McDonald's could ever offer, including their goddamn legendary McFlurry. So, I mean, to me, if I'm in the mood for that, the choice has always been obvious. Sonic.
The company since 2020 is linked to stock buybacks and sales of company-owned stores to franchisees. But in real terms, there's nothing else boosting Sonic's bottom line right now. Quarter 2, it reported its 8th straight quarter of declining sales. By the look of it, it won't take much for Sonic Drive-In to fall into trouble in the months ahead. 11. Noodles & Co.
The fuck? No idea.
Now, Noodles & Co. started operating in the U.S. in 1995. The restaurant spent almost 2 decades investing in expansion and growth before going public in 2013. That's also when problems.
The building, the establishment, like the placement, it looks like it would be centered right in between a Starbucks and a hair salon.
Started to emerge. Since 2015, store closings have become far more frequent and its stock value has plunged. The business is facing challenges in adapting to changing consumer habits, and declining visits are barely keeping the chain's head above the...
I mean, bro, it seems to me like y'all only sell noodles. Like, don't get me wrong, I like noodles too, but you know what I like more than noodles? Variety. Choice. And I don't know, man. I could go to Taco Bell every single day of the week. Even if I got the same thing, I'm still good. I could not eat noodles every day of the week. I'd start to get pissed off. Maybe I'll sell other food. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. Not that this place ain't for me.
The water. Wall Street points to plummeting profits as the main reason why Noodles & Co. is stagnating and potentially at risk of bankruptcy. In an industry flooded with giants, the chain will either be swallowed or completely crushed by stronger forces. 12. Quiznos. Quiznos' anti-franchisee policies are leading the sandwich chain to its ruin. For years,
Quiznos is quite possibly the shit stain in the food industry. I want to say, well, for subs, for sub sandwiches, it is the shit stain of the food industry. I can't think of anything worse.
Operators complained about minimal profits as Quiznos forced them to purchase supplies at inflated prices. A lawsuit was filed alleging fraud, saying Quiznos has slowly, methodically, and deliberately modified the business model to make it economically favorable to them to the detriment of the franchisees. That happened when Quiznos was in the middle of a buyout that ended up failing and pushed the company to file for Chapter 11 protection. High Bluff bought the business and reduced its store count to just 800 locations worldwide. The chain is now trying to survive in an extremely competitive space with the likes of Jersey Mike's, Firehouse Subs, Jimmy John's, and Subway.
Firehouse being the superior choice out of everything that he mentioned. Say it one more time, Alfred.
Wide. The chain is now trying to survive in an extremely competitive space with the likes of Jersey Mike's,
Never had Jersey Mike's before, but from what I hear, it's good.
Firehouse Subs, Jimmy John's, and Subway.
Aside from Jersey Mike's, because I've never had it before, can't rate it, Firehouse is the best one out of everything that he listed just now.
And there's great uncertainty whether the company will be able to make it through the recession or not. 13. Crystal.
Oh, this is another sad one, bro. I grew up with crystals. I grew up on crystals. Man, if you were ever a drunk, broke teenager, believe you me, you relied on crystals. You relied on Crystals about as much as you relied on Taco Bell and ramen fucking noodles.
Has been selling burgers in 10 states across the Deep South, including Alabama, Arkansas, and Louisiana since 19...
For all you fuckers up north, it's called White Castle. Or all you fucking uncultured places that don't have Crystals. More of like, mainly in the South, but...
1932. With about 300 stores, the chain is competing against titans like McDonald's and Burger King.
Bro, 300 stores nationwide? Are you fucking me? There's like 3 in my hometown. 300 nationwide? Yeah. If I'm counting correctly, there's 3 Crystals in my home fucking town. And bro, in my hometown, there's 9 Chick-fil-A's. 9. 9. Bro. Fucking 9. Them and their bullshit about no food on Sundays. Tell you, bro, they do that shit by design. I don't think any of them are Christian. I just think they know. Motherfuckers want our food on Sunday. So we're gonna close. Drive up demand. That way we have a good day on Monday. That shit had to be on purpose. Can't be for like the righteous reasons they actually said.
Which operate thousands of locations. After sales collapsed by an average of 6.5% during 3 consecutive years, CEO Paul Macaluso...
I don't eat anything other than that from Crystals. I don't eat the hot dogs. I don't order burgers. I don't get anything except for that. They actually have full-size burgers at Crystals now. And then they have like these things called chicks that are like, you know, they're like 2 of these. They're just like double the size. They're still relatively smaller than your average burger, but that's all I eat right there. Like I don't deviate. Like I always just get a sack full. And if I don't finish it, then guess what? I got leftovers for tomorrow. Yeah, I don't do sliders or any of that either. I just, well, that technically is a slider. I just do that. That's it. Don't do anything else.
Came up with some bold strategies to boost sales. Crystal introduced their all-you-can-eat $5.99 burger and fries to increase visits and sales volumes, and while that did happen for a while, it actually ended up...
You know, if Crystals would just change their locations up, I'm pretty sure they could get back in the black, bro. Just fucking take your Crystals and put it next to a college, man. Put it next to a professional sports stadium. Put it close to a beach. Put it close to where there's nightlife. Put it close to where there's alcohol, man. Because believe you me, along with Taco Bell, Crystals is also fantastic drunk food, quote unquote food. That there's some questionable shit in there. It's still good though.
Hurting the chain's bottom line and resulted in profit losses. To make things worse, given that many Crystal restaurants are more than 30 years old, much needed renovations will cost the company...
I will say that, bro. Every Crystals location I ever went to, it was like, I felt like I was walking into a trailer park. Like the inside of these stores were always so... Even if it was clean, it still looked dirty, if that makes sense. Like Crystals, like the inside of it always just seemed like a decrepit place. It just wasn't really kept up all that well. So like even if they did clean it, you still walk in and you're just like, ugh.
Millions of dollars and may not even be completed depending on the financial health of its stores. 14. CiCi's.
Damn.
CiCi's, the chain known for its unlimited pizza.
CiCi's got me through the only semester I ever did at college. It really did. It helped me out a lot.
The buffet is scrambling to keep its doors open in 2023. When former CEO Carl Wergler said goodbye to the business he opened in 2009, he explained why he thought CiCi's concept didn't work anymore. CiCi's concept is a high-volume business. Without the volume, it's impossible to keep up with rising costs such as labor and property taxes, he highlighted.
Yo, Experiment, what's good, dog? How you been?
The initiatives brought on by new management, such as new logos, menu changes, different layouts.
Oh, and another thing, it's because I went to CiCi's when I was younger, bro. I was in my teen years when I used to go to CiCi's all the time, like in college and stuff. One thing I do remember about CiCi's, and I don't know if this is nationwide, but I know that for like my hometown specifically, CiCi's always hired the baddest bitches. It was like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A always hired the baddest bitches. You go to McDonald's to get the fucking busted ones. But like CC's, Chick-fil-A, Marble Slab, fucking Ben and Jerry's, Starbucks always had the baddest bitches. So like that was also an incentive to go to fucking CC's. Cheap pizza, get rid of this fucking hangover, maybe even get a number. Take her to Pound Town later. Fantastic.
Out will probably not be enough to save the business as CC's restaurants keep disappearing as rent goes up and minimum wage increases happen as well. In 2018, CC's had more than 430 locations across 32 states. Currently, the CC's website lists only 278 locations in 20 states. 15.
Jesus Christ, why does this look like the first CC's ever built? This whole fucking building right here, this whole setup, looks like it's from the early 1900s.
Boston Market. When Boston Market began operating in 1990,
I've never actually been to Boston Market, but we had one in my hometown, and they're gone. I don't know what happened. They used to sit right next to Atlanta Bread Company, which is also gone. I don't know what happened to that either. Would pass this place occasionally, never thought to go in, never thought to eat here. It did never even cross my mind, never even was a thought.
it differentiated itself from other restaurants due to its expertise in rotisserie and its fast and easy model. Consumers could also buy already made sides and dinners. The concept grew Boston Market to more than 1,100 locations across the U.S. at its peak. But then, retailers introduced ready-to-eat rotisserie at their stores and started offering lower prices, which led Boston Market to file for bankruptcy for the first time. Today, it's owned by Sun Capital, and the store count has dropped in half. So far, it hasn't found a new competitive edge to attract new customers. Instead, it's been fading into the background and slowly perishing. If your favorite chain has made it to our list today, now it's time to visit that restaurant before.
I mean, they're not my favorite chains anymore. I mean, I would have been hella upset had you said Zaxby's. I don't even think I would have been able to sleep right tonight had you said Zaxby's. But nah, Zaxby's too goddamn good. I give Zaxby's another 20 years before that finally fucking fades out.